Mic check. Let's hope that we're live. Welcome to day 149 backtesting until I'm profitable. And let's just get started without delay. We'll be doing the 2021 futures model. And we had literally dropped this account to minus 15k, which is real crazy. I'd also like to open the channel. Okay. So I'd like to open this here. Open this here. Okay. So I'd like to go to the next day open. Start the daily time frame here. And what day we are? We're on Tuesday. And this Tuesday is durable goods orders and could be NFP this week, I think. Thursday. Oh, Friday. Next week's the one that's NFP. Yep. So this is the pre-NFP week. We have durable goods orders on the day, housing price index, consumer confidence, and yeah. So what's my bias for the day? Look here, we have a new week open gap that's supporting price. So straightforward, you can see that I'm bullish. We fell short of this low here. I would have loved to see this drop down into this gap, and maybe probably the next day will do. It will depend. So these are the levels here. Now I also have buy side liquidity. So let's see, Friday closed here. This Friday closed somewhere around there, and then Monday opened right here. So it will be a really small new day open gap. Let's check the daily. So when we look at the 1 hour, you can see that the market closed here. On Sunday it opened right here, which means we were wrong. When you put the date, I think now it looks accurate. See, now it's accurate. So as I had said, I'm bullish. I'm looking for this size to get taken out, and let's see where we've got the midnight open at. So here is the midnight open. So midnight open is really close to the new day open gap. So I would like, midnight open. So I'd like to see price drop, potentially take out this low, then we start to reverse. After all, we have a beautiful rejection of these lows here. Took out some internal lows. So I'd like to see potentially this one or this one. Let's see. I think the lower one is the one that's in discount previously. See, this lower one here will be better, but since it's close to midnight open, then power of 3 will be in play. And I go down to 15-minute. You can also potentially take out this low in the new day open gap. It will depend. Let's just wait and see what the market shows us. So we already have some kind of SMT here. Okay, market opens and drops heavily, ends up taking out these lows here and these ones right below the midnight open. So this is where I would like to look for some buys. And on the 15, well, it's potential that we could reject. We'll see what the 1 hour says. So get one more dive lower on ES and on NQ. Okay, looks like this is somewhere we could shift at. Okay, so the next candle opens. Let's see if it forms a power of 3. Okay, it ends up becoming very bearish, and we end up not finding any entry at all. So it looks like we hijacked these highs and then ended up dropping. So back to 1 minute. I didn't see any potential entry here, so I'll just let this stay slip, even though I know PM session will have some kind of rebalance. Let's check how the daily profile is looking like so far. So it looks like we headed into the fair value gap. I was right here. Got the 1 hour. All we had was this raid of highs at the all-time high. Not right for the PM session here. It's already 11, nothing yet presented bullish in price, and yeah, it's pretty much consolidating after that whole move. And now that we're in the fair value gap, I'll move after the 1 hour. We're taking out this low as well. It's like we're about to have a start of a new bearish era. This was the craziest day of all time. So okay, let's go to the next day open. Go back to the daily. Looks like we're still bearish. So we've hit a fair value gap, and hopefully it could be discount. Yep, touched discount by a tick. So this is the gap here. Consider yesterday PM session pushed higher, retraced, started pushing higher, like kind of a retracement. So if we reject, we will probably, if we don't reach all-time highs, and probably take out these relatively equal highs here, which are buy side liquidity, then we could reject this gap. But overall, I'm looking at this thing as a bullish move. So we have fair value gap here, push higher, fair value gap here gets respected as well. So I'd like to find a way to position myself somewhere inside here, but I haven't got any sweep yet. except if you find one on the 4H or the 1 hour. Like just this low here was the only one that was taken out. Should be fell short of this one, but I'm pretty sure we're heading higher. Pretty sure, I'm confident that we're heading higher. We had Fed interest decision and FOMC press conference today, so it's FOMC Wednesday. Might as well wait for the PM session. So market opens, spikes lower after running these highs. So I think it was in premium of the gap. What was it though? I don't think it was in premium yet. It was actually in premium, so it's probably gonna drop. Go up to 5. Right below this low, and this one. Not this one yet. Still think we're gonna push higher. Pricing's up, surging higher. Don't see if we got potential entry there. Let's check where the midnight open is. Right here, and so the midnight open is. Oh, so we tapped the midnight open here, then started running here. This midnight open thing is really fascinating, and here we run relatively equal lows. So this could actually be a confluence. Let's see if there's a gap. 1 hour, nope, nothing. 15-minute, yep, there was a gap. Run equal lows, gap, then price starts to surge higher, and the scary thing is that ES is not moving anything. I'm looking for it to push higher, take out these highs on ES as well, but let's go down to 5 and wait there. It's probably gonna retracement into a fair value gap. Let's wait and see. Okay, very beautiful. I got up on the 15. You can see on the 15-minute, this is where we have this gap, and honestly, ES is seriously discouraging, but we've also tapped the 1 hour like fair value gap right there, so it could also potentially drop. So first, let's wait a bit. We can get a fair value gap retracement here. It could just enter right there, no hesitation. But let's see, where did the 15-minute candle start printing? Right here. So which means the 15-minute candle has no wick. It looks like my launch macro is gonna go higher. This last. So let's wait for PM session because it's FOMC. Because FOMC is 1 minute away. Let's go back to 15 and check. So we've hit the gap here, 1 hour fair value gap, and after hitting it we started dropping, putting in the drops slowly by slowly, and yeah, I'm thinking that we could purge these relatively equal lows here. After running them, then we start at least pushing higher. Let's see what happens on the next minute. So end up dropping like ES below this low, NQ doesn't drop. Okay, up to 1 minute. Looks like there's some beautiful volatility one could take advantage of. First we have beautiful sweep, we have a retracement back to midnight open, and yeah, I'd like to enter in the next candle that will try to retrace lower, put my stop here, target the highs, because first we're close to midnight open, we've taken lows, we have an SMT, and we are in a potential PR, I think, on the 15 minute. Oh, actually there's no potential PR here except this order block here. So let's see if we can get a down close counter retrace. Okay, this one here, I'm entering it. The problem is that this could give me like a 1-to-1, but it is what it is. So this is the buy side that I will be looking for at least. So risk 1% here. Let's see what we can get out of this. So price is consolidating, things waiting for the other news that are about to come out. What was this FOMC press conference? Okay. Okay. Great movement. So relatively equal lows here. Very crazy liquidity left behind. Wait for power hour. If price ends up consolidating in all this range, we'll close it. Last few minutes. Alright, we'll close on this. See, it failed to run higher to where we wanted it to, and end up consolidating inside of this thing here. Got the next day open. This FOMC was kind of lame, wasn't strong enough to drive us higher as we wanted to. So what do we see here? So since we failed to drive higher this time, and when we look closely here, you can see price is rallying on NE and ES, pushing higher. But let's check again. The fib shows us that we're in premium, which means there are more chances that we could sell more than those that we could buy. And let's see, can we grade this candlestick here? So we're pretty close to the consequent encroachment of the week. Pretty close, but yeah, here's what it is. We fell short of it, and so honestly, this day after FOMC, we have this beautiful drop. I'd like to see it drop, at least take out some sell side again before continuing high. As you can see, we have this liquidity resting around there, so I could see another one drop, push lower, then the market maker model starts printing to the upside. The 4 hour, well, all we have is this gap. Right, so look, price to drop, we've run this high. Let's see what happens at the open. That's when we can make some final decisions. We have a small 15-minute fair value gap here. It was reclaimed right here. Let's see where this goes. A few minutes for the open. Open, surges higher, hits the gap once more, comes for encroachment, and we fly extremely fast. Okay, now when I got up on the 15, you can see we end up running this high here. And when I got up on the 1 hour, you can see that ES has just run the slope, which is forming like some kind of SMT. And we also have a sweep here. I'm going to internally see we raid, we drop, we've created a shift in structure, and we have this beautiful gap that we retraced to, very beautiful retracement, and I'm looking for these relatively equal lows. Late to the entry once more, but yeah, can learn how to. I think I'll use like multiple chart where like I'm looking at the 1 minute instead of the 5. Let's just wait and see. Okay, looks like we're gonna get stopped out here. And it was like some kind of retracement potentially to this fair value gap, 15-minute fair value gap. Because this is not the first presented, is it? The first presented fair value gap was here. This gap here killed stuff. Okay, it's crazy how it's moving. And boom, there's a stop out. So when I got up on the 15, looks like this was a retracement to discount, and it could be about to continue higher. Okay, let's go down again. So we have another push above these highs, not above this one though. We're creating another internal SMT. Let's wait and see if price closes closer before that low there. So it was a loss. And what news did we have on this day? In the morning we had a gross domestic product annualized. Let's go to the notes. What day is this? 29th. Wait, I think I'm clicking save instead of save on journal. Let's check the journal again. Go to the next day again. 1 hour. We have a surge above the highs, and we have already dropped. So This happened like in the PM session. Let's check what happened inside there. So it consolidated right until like the last hour of trading, where price ended up melting lower. So now obviously the target will be even more obvious. Run the high, now could potentially run this low. This low here. So we have this downside there, this sell side down to the 1 hour. I have got this. So run this high, drop that. I would potentially see a retracement to the gap, then they drop this outside, but it's possible that we could just reject from this gap here. I'd like to see where the midnight open is. So midnight open is on this candle here, so it's possible we could dip right to it. I mean, we could run right to it at the open. Okay, we run, we take out this high, same thing on ES. Touch the gap, touch the gap. Okay, very good. We're so close to midnight open, and we've hit midnight open. So it's now 10:06, and I would like to think that this could be like a power of 3 about to form, but let's see. Since we're now in the gap, I think this is like some premium level. Premium? Yep. 4 hour. So we could, instead of dropping right to these lows, we could also rebalance. So make sure if I find sells, we don't go beyond this line. Now let me make it like red. Now in the 1 minute, we shift internally. Think we're about to create a fair value gap. Nope, doesn't get created. Look at this gap here. Now that we've taken out these highs, and back up to the 5 minute, there is this gap here. I'd like to think that we're now about to drop, so we are in the last minutes of the 5 minute candle, and it's already looking like this, which means the power of 3 has already printed, so we swept, put in the gap there. So I'd like to see it reject, potentially to this, to rebalance, and also take out this low. Let's backtrack this and see how it moves. Okay, so we're gonna drop even more. Because I can take some pressures here, man. And you can close like around 50% and let the rest move. Before we look at the gap, the first presented fair value gap when I got up to 15. Yeah, it's also possible that we could move like right into this one. That's the furthest. Let's check with it. And we don't reach it. End up returning back, and don't tell me we're gonna close on a loss. Should have moved to break even earlier. It has already rebalanced. I think I should close it all. Like, we're always falling short of the TP. You know, we're bearish, and then we keep taking some like small scalps. And the funny thing is that we took this and it was close to lunch, and then new week starts. Now let's go to the daily time frame. Whew. Took some shorts on a bullish day. So looks like we're not gonna take out the slope, man. It's strong in, and I think, but actually I see it that we've rejected the constant encroachment of the weight. Should have marked it, and I think we'll have played a role. Let's see how it looks on the 15-minute time frame. I think like the moment we dropped it, it could have been a potential opportunity. We dropped it at the constant encroachment in the morning, and where was the midnight open for this day? Midnight open was right here. For the whole Friday, we did not return to it. We were this close at 9, very close, very close at 9, but still fell short of it. Started pushing higher, traced, and started continued pushing. So, typical Friday price action. Now we've also created a small new week open gap. This gap here. This is the new day open gap. I think we're gonna retrace to it, and let's also mark the midnight open. Like, I think we can retrace to it as we take all these lows, but we also have a beautiful gap here, so we potentially could not go right back into them. Now the midnight open for Monday is actually we're below the midnight open, so this is the time where we should be looking for some entries. Just right here. So fell short of this low, or we took it out. Yeah, we took it out by a tick, but it's like an SMT here, small SMT. Now we have a sweep that happened at some morning, 7, 5 minute. You can see that we didn't like explode higher than this. We're still in this guy, so I'd like to see one run maybe below this, or kind of lows here, relatively equal, or even below this one, before I can look for some good buys, or if it will depend on what price will show me here. Now the opens close, we run the highs aggressively, and then we start to deliver lower. Pretty sure one can find an entry here. Nothing. But yeah, we ran the highs. After running the highs, we started dropping towards the new day open gap, putting in even better a sweep. I think we could touch the new day open gap. Yep, right there. And now let's see what happened after touching it. I think the macro could put in some deliveries here. Okay, retracement to a gap. Just one retracement. Remember we're still in discount here. Like we're actually not discount, like we're below the midnight open at the new day open gap. So now I'd like to see it run higher, and when we look proximity to this low, you can see that there is very huge crazy SMT, and I would like to see it drop to any of these gaps, but actually I think this 2 minute was hit, so my entry will be here. Stop loss bit below there, full target right there. And it puts in a better retracement. That's where it goes. Pretty sure it's gonna go higher. It's just that I wanted to wake out everyone. And TP gets hit right there. So was I wrong with the waiting? I really don't think so, man. It was so far from the night open, traced into discount, like into this gap here. Look at how this day closed. Pushed higher, then came back. But like, I'm very curious of how the PM session behaved that day. Because as you can see, after hitting TP, it drops massively down to this low here, then consolidates the rest of the night. It was like actually a move away from midnight open, comes back to midnight open, then drops. That was a pretty decent day on the daily. We've hit constant encroachment, and I'm honestly thinking we're gonna have some consolidation inside here. We're at all-time highs, at least I think so. So it could potentially be about to consolidate inside here, and as we consolidate, maybe we could have some sells or buys, but I'd like to see us break out of this price action at least. So it's a Tuesday, 3rd August. Well, let's see. So it's possible that we could find a short inside here. When we put the fib, gonna see the constant encroachment like somewhere around there. So you could, potentially raise the way again, then start dropping. I'm not here to call the highs and the tops, tops and the lows, but depending on what the market will show us. I don't see anything that clear. So that we have this gap here that's holding price. 1 hour. Price action is pretty choppy these days. Can't only this gap here. So yes, is like not predicting that well because of these consolidation days, and market opens running these highs, then starts delivering lower, and it's gonna deliver like it never did. So the 15 will run the highs once more, and let's check in proximity to this highs here and this highs here. So price is gonna be bearish. I don't know if there's gonna be retracement, but price is gonna be bearish. Now I'd like to also mark the midnight open. So we've got the midnight open there. So we're really close to the midnight open. Since we want to sell, like to buy, to sell it above the midnight open, we're gonna get a retracement though. Pretty sure not. Yeah, thank you. Congrats. You've moved without us. Looks like it was a move back into this gap here. First buy side. Let's take break. If you take an entry here, stop there, target the lows and see how it goes. Crazy big SMT. And TP gets hit with a 3.09 hour after withering all this consolidation. Back to the 5. Yeah, this one gets stopped at break even, man. It's undebatable. Stopped at break even because the moment we're here, it's like half of what I'm expecting it to move. This is like around 60. So now let's say it moved 30. Then my stop will be somewhere around here. So really close to my stop, and then let's say it starts to drop once more. It reaches somewhere around here. Why would you still be holding? So I'm pretty sure I'll get stopped here, or at least close some partial. That's how it will be. And now I'm gonna go up on the 1H. So we are extremely bearish. We didn't even have to touch that wick. Let's see how close we were to the wick. And stay open. The previous day closed bullish, very aggressive. So even though we've kind of struggled to hit that, but I can see here the consequent encroachment get respected. Hit the consequent encroachment and start pushing higher. So I think this is the time where we start to push to all-time highs again. So buy sides here. We have failed to run this low as we did yesterday, so we have an SMT here like this. And we have a balanced price range and some sort of Venom model here. Yesterday's PM session lows. I'd like to make the midnight open. Pretty sure I should buy below it. It's here, so we're already below the midnight open. We ran these lows here. Let's see if I draw a further drop one better than this one. We should back up just at the open. You would like to buy it right there, and we've tapped the gap. It's the first 5 minutes. Price action in 1 minute is crazy. So first presented fair value gap is here. No, actually it's not the first presented. We just opened, so let's wait once more. Price is dropping now, I don't know why. Do you have any news? Strong news today. We have ISM services PMI at 10, so we drop really close to that low. We end up taking out these ones here. So we have an entry here, and so you have these lows taken out. This will be my absolute target, but let's check. We have to take out all of that first. The 1 hour, what are we gonna battle on the 1 hour? These highs here, so at least these highs here will be like the initial target. 1 to 2. Okay, I hit stop loss like in 1 minute. I'd like to check how the 2 minute is looking though. Okay, so now another model gets put in here. How's the 1 hour looking like? We've taken out this low here, and crazy as it sounds, yes, took out this one, but we did not. So it's like we're pretty close to it. Let's check. So we're a few minutes till this candle closes, and I would like to see it close somewhat bullish. So let's take the risk. That's why we're here. So now we've shifted internally right here, and we have this gap that we trace to, and this series of down close candles. Also have another internal sweep right here. Now I'd like to see it purge higher. At least take all those highs to R again. So now we go into the macro. seek and destroy. Very beautiful seek and destroy move here. Trail. Pretty close to those lows, those highs there. And then price reverses on us. What kind of movement is this? Show peak price action. So then I go to the daily. Let's check it out. Can't believe this day reached here still. But why would it close bearish? 1 hour. No, pretty much sort this movement out. It's possible that we could also have one more dip here. Guess what? I traded my stop, got run, and then price it directly to take profit. And this is how it's looking like. We missed take profit by a small take, but we ended up hitting TP buy at 1, which is okay. So this is very choppy price action. When you look on the daily, you can see how these previous days have been very, very long wicks and small bodies. So, which ends up screwing our analytics. So tired, man. So I think we'll be done for this session as of now, and until next time, stay blessed.